Welcome to Bermuda National Gallery's Bacardi Limited 2010 Biennial Exhibition of Contemporary Bermuda Art. The term biennial is a charged one in the context of contemporary art. It implies a high-profile, recurrent exhibition held and usually named after a particular location, in which the art presented and the curatorial positions taken are informed by a critical self-awareness of the possibilities and fault lines that define the present moment. In a world where local and international biennials have become commonplace and operate in the service of stimulating economic growth and cultural identity, these projects have the potential to move beyond familiar ideas and processes to envision new paradigms. A successful biennial contributes meaningfully to the dialogues and exchanges that shape the course of contemporary art, locally and globally, and this usually benefits the artistic communities in which these events take place. The exponential development of contemporary art in Cuba after the establishment of the Havana Biennial is a case in point. The location of a biennial is crucially important, not only because of its effects on local art worlds, but also because a biennial's unique perspective and significance is to a great extent determined by its local context. The Bermuda Biennial is a national biennial which consists exclusively of work by local artists, in the sense of artists of Bermudian and other origins who are based on the island and Bermuda-born artists who live elsewhere. As such, it is similar to, for instance, the National Biennial of Jamaica. While the Bermuda Biennial primarily addresses its local art world, the inherently cosmopolitan character of Bermudian society and the use of overseas jurors extend its focus beyond the borders of Bermuda. The use of external jurors allows for each edition of the biennial to have its own specific focus, determined by dialogue between what was submitted by the artists, the curatorial and critical perspectives and decisions of the overseas jurors, the curatorial practices of the Bermuda National Gallery, and ultimately the critical and audience reception of the resulting exhibition. 2010 marks the Bermuda National Gallery's 9th Biennial of Contemporary Art. This year, the exhibition received an impressive 277 submissions from 71 artists. Artworks submitted responded to universal themes in modern-day society. They connected with global issues and were influenced by a variety of cultural traditions. Other works explored artistic movements, philosophies, aesthetics, and styles. The artistic mediums range from digital film to performance, traditional landscape paintings to portraiture, assemblage to sculpture, photography to print. This range of artistic expressions and mediums is evidence of Bermuda's thriving art scene. After a rigorous and structured jury process, 42 pieces of art by 20 artists were chosen for this exhibition. The works selected challenged traditional art forms by pushing boundaries and redefining visual art. But this alone was not the success of the work. The success lay in the artist's ability to synergize context, technique, and originality, creating a piece of artwork that challenged set artistic traditions. According to the biennial jurors Verle Poupé, director of the National Gallery in Jamaica, and Tamela Masaka, curator at the Krannert Art Museum, University of Illinois, the selection process for the 2010 Bermuda Biennial presented difficult challenges as what seemed inherent to its location and the history. They stated that, in making our selections, we felt compelled to move beyond the already ascribed visual vocabulary that reflects figuratively on the Bermudian landscape, the all-too-comfortable island aesthetic that can be seen in many of the local galleries and is well supported by the local art market and cultural tourism. We are not disputing the legitimacy of such work in the Bermudian context and recognize that much of it is highly accomplished in its own right, especially from a technical point of view. The exhibition we have selected, therefore, does not seek to provide a broad survey of the contemporary art scene in Bermuda. Had we done so, we would have produced a biennial which replicated much of the 2008 edition and unproductively encouraged stagnation. Instead, we have focused on work that departs from the safe, fixed positions we detected in much of what was submitted and charts more open-ended critical trajectories, in keeping with what we believe should be the exploratory, developmental thrust of this biennial. This was the main criterion we used in our selection process. We're grateful for Verle Poupé and Tamela Masaka's insight and encourage you to celebrate the biennial as we are doing today. Thank you.
Care for me. soul.